You can now build beautiful videos, websites, and images using Claude Code and the new Higgsfield 2.
I used to think building websites needed a fancy degree and 1,000 tools.
The point of this, the idea here is if we can connect Claude Code or ChatGPT 5.5 to Higgsfield, we can effectively create this unlimited content factory. And the idea is that we have everything in one app. We're going to be building ours inside Codex.
Then I saw this guy plug one thing into Claude and unlock 50 AI models at once. No coding, no tab juggling, just one brain doing the heavy lifting while he sips coffee. That's when it clicked. This isn't a tech skill, it's a thinking skill.
And we can essentially use Higgsfield as our content generation system. So let's see what this actually looks like. You have access to over 50 generation models. You can have one brain that runs it, all with one really cool workflow. And the idea is we can use this to generate websites, videos, images.
And the secret to turning that brain on is one tiny command most beginners completely miss.
Thing. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. The MCP, the CLI, the skill. I would recommend the CLI. It is way better. It's one that I'm going to be personally using. So all we're going to do is come over and select the CLI. We are going to copy this. Now, the cool thing about using the command line interface, which just plugs directly into it, is whatever model we're using, Codex, Claude Code, any of these things.
But then I realized it's just copy, paste, done. 3 options on the screen. And the simplest one is the strongest one. The CLI quietly becomes the bridge between every AI tool you'll ever use. Once it clicks, a whole new world opens up.
They can all draw on the same connection, which is why it's superior in my view. So I'm going to say, hey there, dude. Dude is important. I want you to go ahead and install the Higgsfield CLI onto my laptop. Okay. And then you're going to paste in all this stuff here and then just let it rip and do its thing. Now, when we want to bring in Claude Code to the table to do some really cool.
And the very first thing I tried with it made me laugh out loud.
I would like to create for me a 16:9 Ghibli style image of 3 English Springer Spaniels, and then bring that back to me. And go ahead and use the Nano Banana 2 model, please.
I typed one sentence and it built the picture in seconds. No buttons, no filters, no editing. That's the moment I realized beginners don't need talent. They just need the right prompt.
It's beautiful. And just like that, now we've got it. So you can actually see this image. So it's given us the image here. We're going to click on this guy. It's too big to view. So if we click on open up, we see this right now. And do we have Springer Spaniels? We do in Ghibli.
But cute dogs are just the warm up. What came next is what real businesses use every day.
I'm just going to do dangerously skip permissions, but you can just create Claude. And now we have Claude here. And I'm going to basically create a website. So I'm going to say this. Hey, I would like to create for me a website for a web design agency that sells websites and services to businesses. And I want you to do that in the style of Vercel. Okay, enter that in. And then to supercharge that, I'm actually going to come up with this repo here, which is a design collective, which has.
Turns out the pros aren't smarter. They just feed AI the right references. Drop in a design system and suddenly your site looks like Spotify built it. Same AI, same prompt, totally different result.
Design systems from loads of different businesses, like Spotify, for example. I open this up. This is the entire Spotify design system. So this is just going to help it shortcut it and make it wonderful designs. So I'm going to click on code. I'm going to click on this, come back over and say, I'd like you to do this and just gain some insights from the design systems inside this repo. And then we're going to throw that one in. And then the other repo, I actually made this one.
And once the design was locked in, the next step blew the whole thing wide open.
So I'm going to say something like, hey, I'd like to create for me a image of a MacBook that looks beautiful with a gorgeous website showing on it. I want this to be ideally image dimensions. Let's do 4x5. And I want it to look fantastic. And it must have a white background and bordered with a white background, please. Give me 4 different versions of this and use the best image model available.
No flipping between apps, no guessing the right model. The AI picked the best tool for the job by itself. That's when I understood beginners win by letting the system think for them.
And then I'll just add in Higgsfield CLI just at the end there so we can rock and roll. That makes sense. And this right here is really cool. So look at this. I'll use the image gen workflow, which is great. And what's cool here is pick Nano Banana Pro because it's the right pick because it supports 4x5 directly and goes up to 4K. While GPT Image 2 in the CLI does not expose 4v5. In the CLI, that is. But what's cool is I can get 4 separate generations and bring that down.
But pictures are just the beginning. Wait until you see what happens when they start to move.
Or here, which is number 3, the V3 software is best. Then we can do some magic. So I'm going to give it the following prompt, which is this. Hey there, I'd like to create for me an animation. So my desired end goal here.
Quick pause here. If what I'm sharing is making sense and you're thinking, okay, but how does this actually work in a real system? I've put together a free training that walks through the exact structure and process we use. It's not theory, it's a behind-the-scenes walkthrough of how the system is set up, how the pieces fit together, and how most of the heavy lifting is already handled, so you're not starting from zero. If you want to see how it's structured and decide for yourself if it's a good fit, the link is in the description. All right, let's jump back in.
Is that basically as the user scrolls on our website, that the laptop evolves in some way, shape, or form. So could you, for example, animate this laptop such that, as they scroll, maybe like the graphs and things, like the laptop opens up a little bit and does something creative and interesting?
A still picture turned into a smooth scrolling video with one prompt. This is the kind of polish big agencies spend weeks creating. And here we are, doing it in minutes from home.
Use the best video generation model that you can for that. And when that's done, I'm going to go ahead and integrate that into the website. And then what I might also do is just say this. In parallel, I'd also like to create for me 4 different image versions of this end state, such that if the video doesn't look as good as we want, we could actually play around with the images as well. And I'm going to send this one off.
But here's the wildest part. You only have to build it once.
If I ask you to create a character, including the name Jack, you're going to go ahead and use this character within Higgs field. Then literally you'll have this skill.md, so you can click on it and you can see that basically I've got the entire skill here. So whenever I actually ask it questions, it will now build that. And that's how you build these content systems, is you find any use case you want to for video.
Save the workflow as a skill and the AI remembers everything forever. Next time you just say the word and the whole factory runs itself. That's how beginners go from trying stuff to building real things.
Image, audio, and then when you're happy with the output, we'll just say, hey, turn that into a skill, and then we can use it whenever we want to. Then after you've gone back with ChatGPT, or if you want to chat with Claude, for example, because Claude's got a little bit of a better AI for design, you're going to end up with a website.
This is the system that's quietly changing how content gets made, and it all started with one click. If you like this video, gently hit the like button. If you dislike this video, then share with your friends and family. Because whether you liked it or not, it could be helpful to your friends and family and your social media contact. And if you think we are doing our best to try and explain to you how you can change your life, and you want to watch the next video, then make sure you subscribe to our channel and switch on the notification bell button. And make sure you ask your friends and family and social media contacts to subscribe to our channel, switch on the notification bell button as well. This way, you will help us get 10,000 subscribers in next 3 months. To learn more money techniques, watch these videos, and we will see you on the next one.